often say dogs are like our children, and if you've ever traveled with children, you know you have to pack a lot of stuff, mostly just for them. And that was definitely true with Mazikeen. I wasn't just packing to be gone for a week. I was packing all of the things I use daily with One Tigris so that I could really show people exactly why I like the gear and how I use it. Our journey would start in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is where Mazikeen and I are located, and we're going to be going all the way to Orlando, Florida. That's just over 1,500 miles. I've already documented flying with the service dog, but there really wasn't any education for riding a train with the service dog. It seemed like an affordable, scenic way to get to Orlando, Florida. This is St. Paul's Union Station. It was a stark contrast to airports. There's no TSA lines. There was plenty of seating without being on top of one another. First impressions, nailed it. My anxiety didn't join the trip until there was a delay, and I was worried about missing my connection in Chicago, which was the long haul to Orlando. There was not a whole lot of information, just your app being like, it's delayed, and then you did offer free priority boarding for those with disabilities. Mazikeen was comfortable, and we were on our way. I was able to enjoy the scenery on the Empire Builder, which is the train that was taking us to Chicago from Minneapolis. An extremely important detail that Amtrak leaves out is that if you have mobility issues, you cannot enjoy your train's amenities unless you can climb the staircase. It's only about like 30 inches wide. A standard staircase is like 44. I had to take Mazikeen's guide handle off and use the Guardian's handle because I couldn't do it with my guide handle on. Alas, we were up to the viewing car, and to say that Mazikeen was really enjoying the viewer car was an understatement. The viewing car has floor-to-ceiling windows, and I was really excited to spend 3 days on a train with views like this because they were stunning. I really thought I was gonna be on a train with a viewer car for 3 days, and I was super excited because that was what was advertised. I had watched many influencers and creators videos talking about riding Amtrak and was super excited to be able to do a tutorial covering service dog travel on Amtrak. By dinner, I was starting to feel like maybe things weren't going to go the way I expected when I was not allowed to dine in the dining car with Mazikeen. When dinner is $45, I expect to have a table to sit at. That's how you want to enjoy dinner. The Empire Builder, though, was a pretty comfortable train to travel on. Mazikeen had plenty of room in the accessible seating. The seats were nice, plush seats. I could definitely enjoy it. There was plenty of space if you needed a wheelchair. It was looking like it was going to be a comfortable 3 days. As the Empire Builder rolled into Chicago, I was anticipating meeting with the Red Cap service. The Red Cap service is a service offered by Amtrak for its disabled passengers that helps get you from point A to point B really easily. If it wasn't for Mazikeen, I would probably have been stranded in those dark tunnels, as I was told Red Cap was coming and they never showed up. Amtrak's Floridian Nightmare train ride from Chicago all the way to Orlando, Florida. A 48-hour journey of hell. What started as an idea to capture how easy and accessible train travel with a service dog could be turned into how inaccessible the train ride is. I call this the Amtrak look. It is high fashion. I'm also wearing every piece of clothing that I have because I was freezing last night. Here is a look at the much older, much more broken handicap accessible seating. The leg rests don't actually come up. We ended up using our bags to give us a little bit of lift. So Amtrak's trying to tout this as a new train car. But if you guys can't tell, new train cars don't have that. This looks like 50 years of yellowing. This is not a new train car. Yeah. Do you see the freaking piss stains on the toilet? Dude, gross is an understatement. I've seen porta potties look better than that.
Because the doors don't seal all the way between cars anymore, the train ride is so loud I wish I would have brought hearing protection for my dog and myself. On the train car. In the first episode, you guys were commenting about wanting to jump from the train. Many were feeling that way. Here's a better perspective on just how small the window is that you share in your coach seat, by the way. Those nice black new seats in a dining car that looks so beautiful. Yeah, that's BS. There was not. Don't be alarmed when you get to Washington, D.C. and the power on the train just completely goes out and they make no announcement whatsoever that they need to change the engine. That apparently is just a common, normal thing. The bathroom doors that also slide in and out without staying in a fixed position unless locked is great too. Here's an idea of what it sounds like at 3 a.m. It really fosters lots of cussing and PTSD episodes amongst passengers. Young will get. Keep in mind, while it is a nice, warm 65 degrees, this is how you are going to be sleeping. We slept on the floor because it looked like Mazkin was more comfortable than we were at that point.
I would describe Globals as like the Disneyland of pet people and animal lovers. From getting to sit down with Hannah, the CEO, to meeting all of the amazing people, I was able to share and advocate about my disabilities and how I use the gear to overcome that. And to me, that was just so special. I met some amazing animal handlers, including this guy. No rabbits were harmed in the making of this demo. Welcome back to the Globals mini blog. Mazkin and I have arrived in Orlando, Florida, and we're kicking things off with a bang. Okay guys, check out the shirt. And if you think that is cool, wait till you see the back. Harness the power of One Tigris today and unleash your protective hero. That's what the white inscription on the bottom says that you can't see in the video. Mazkin also had to get in One Tigris style as well. The entire team was looking One Tigris sharp. Mazkin and I are based out of the Twin Cities, where it is still winter. Orlando, it is not, so we definitely needed the portable fan and the elevated bed, both. Okay, we're a minute into the video. I can show you guys new gear. I told you guys about the dog goggles, but now I can actually show you up close and personal how much padding they are, and they're under $50. I believe they retail for around 40 bucks. One Tigris also was showing off their tried and true classics, as they've been making dog gear for 10 years now. Excitingly though, this is the first expo that One Tigris has done in the USA. The reasoning behind that? They're growing and expanding and looking to start distribution here in the USA, meaning faster shipping times for us and lower import fees for them, meaning keeping things affordable, which is a core value to One Tigris, and I think one of the things that draws people into this gear. As service dog handlers, we're broke, okay? We don't make good money. And so we need good gear at affordable prices, and that is exactly what One Tigris does. Everything is military standard quality, and of course then some. 3X extra small. Does your water bottle need a tactical harness? Because if your small dog or our water bottle needs a tactical harness, they make that. Globals was not just all about One Tigris. It was a celebration of brands launching new products, talking about what their product is. And to say that there were quite a few brands I'd never heard of gotten to see their products was an understatement. Nothing pet was off the limits, from your outdoor enclosures to your indoor animals, reptiles, birds, you name it, to the nutrition and the food that was offered. Yes, even the pocket pets had a place at the expo. cute little things are controlled by an app on your phone and are a pet camera. They can literally let you tease and play with your cat from Orlando, Florida, that is in Minneapolis. Let me just tell you, I was missing Athena and I was very, very tempted.
Oh my goodness.
The brand was called Enyabot. Look at this for either a cat or a bird or like a bearded dragon.
And it's so portable too. I love
It was not just the small brands showing off their things. Major brands like Nerf, Kong, and even Clifford the Red Dog were at the show. Not know that block socks could disintegrate? And I was wearing my heels today, and the socks I put on disintegrated. So don't buy cheap black socks, folks. This is the reason why not. Little Dog Rescue in Florida was there with these puppies that were so adorable and in need of good homes. Blistered feet forgotten and puppy snuggles forgotten, it was time for me to get back to work. Did you know One Tigris makes a harness that retails for over $300? The Torpedo Advanced Cobra Buckle Harness is crafted with durable 1000D nylon, EVA padding, Cobra buckles, and zinc alloy D-rings, offering a sleek design with laser cut molle and reflective trim for added visibility. It is full body coverage and provides protection against bites, scratches, with versatile leash attachment options, including a front chest no pull feature. It's available in size medium and large on the onetigris.com website. The average price for just one of those metal Cobra buckles can be as much as $43 a piece. This retailing at $300, $200 is just the value in your buckles and quality alone. The EVA padding can cost up to $100 a sheet. To get this for around $300 market retail price is a great deal. We will see you all in episode 4, where we showcase yet even more new gear and finds from One Tigris.
what? Good. Out.
Allow me to show you more new gear. This is the Mattel dog harness. It can be used as a no pull, it can be used as a regular harness, and it can be used as a tracking harness. It has so many new upgraded features from the Apollo 09. I was so stoked and still am. Service Dog Talk. We heard you about wanting it all to be Velcro, so now even the shoulders are Velcro. Alas, all good things must come to an end, and as the shows ran down, it was time for some bittersweet goodbyes. We all became very, very close and attached, and Mazakine and Ethan were just smitten with each other. A brand can say they love dogs, but this is what One Tigris means when they say they love dogs. These memories that we shared together are going to last a lifetime, and I cannot wait to be back down in Orlando next. So the expo only closed 10 minutes ago. We've got freight lines going. We've got a booth being taken down. You almost would not know in parts of the convention center that this was the Global Pet Expo. They had FedEx shipping on site. No need to check an extra couple of bags. We just shipped everything. I'm waiting in line to get some tape to then go tape up a box downstairs. And then I'll come back upstairs with said box and wait in the line again. I've got the tape. I am pulling back to my own booth. I'm going to lose all my landmarks because I'm blind and I go by like, okay, where was the big orange cat in the sky? Yes, because there's things up in the sky and I'm hoping that the cat doesn't come down before I have to get back there. You might see at a expo after hours is a tree being pulled through. It is absolute insanity. This is only like 20 minutes after showtime, guys. It is chaos. It is fun. You guys should be here next year. Oh, losing my carpeting.
Again, this is within 20 minutes. That's how quick the teardown teams are going to get it into the next show. So many well-known brands you're going to see here. Well, maybe you won't see here because we're tearing it all down. I just think the teardown process, like how quickly the teardown goes, is just incredible. So I wanted to bring you guys along as I'm like speed walking back to where my booth was before I lose where my booth was, because there's numbers, but now those numbers are not there either. So let's go.
Safe and sound back at the booth. Dollar the Dobie and Mazikeen got some desensitization to forklifts.
I have a box the size of me that is going back to Minnesota because One Tigris hooked me up with some new things. And no, you guys don't even know what those new things are yet, but big things are in store.
1 hour and a half after the show, this is what it looks like. Absolute chaos. Everything's torn down for the most part, and that's what happens after a show, I guess. So I'm learning all kinds of new things. This is actually the last I'll see of the show because we are going to quickly go jump in a car, drive, then go quickly jump on a train, and then hopefully jump on another train, and then we'll be home. Join us on our final episode of the Global's mini-series vlog. Our time with you in Florida had come to an end, and it was time to get back to Minneapolis. I'll begin by offering tips and tricks for using trains. A flexible dish is essential for accessing water for your dog. I'd recommend using the fountain versus the bathroom sinks in the passenger cars. Those sinks are covered in everyone's toothpaste and spit and God knows whatever else. Your dog will not have any time for burning off energy, so enrichment through bones and toys is a must, and passing through cars to walk, well, if possible, is not easy due to the narrow aisle. You can't walk your dog beside you. They will need to follow or be in a tactical walk. You'll also not have enough time for anything more than a quick potty breaks at stops, if you even get those potty breaks. And coach, if they gave away your paid for accessible seat to someone else weighing 600 pounds because he couldn't fit in the regular seats and didn't plan ahead, I would be forced to move into this non-accessible seats. The seats are cramped and uncomfortable, and the footrests don't work, and there's not enough room for your feet and your dog to be safely because that's somebody else's space next to me. Amtrak was nice enough to offer some white noise for sleeping. It was a little bit on the loud side, but a girl can't complain, right? I know, honey. I know. It's okay, baby. I know, hon. I can't do anything about it. We were not the only irate passengers. This man and her are going at it due to profanity and things being screamed and yelled about the cabin. I can't actually play the audio, but all she does is argue with him. She doesn't know at this point that I'm recording, but right about now, she's going to realize that I've recorded what she just said to him. And yeah, she wasn't too thrilled because Amtrak does not going to like that. Karma's, well, you know what. An enrichment activity that you can do without leaving your seat is which hand has the treat and use their nose to detect that. So I only have the foot space that Mazikeen is taking up right there during my train ride. I scooted over into my neighbor's seat while they were gone for dinner. That is how inaccessible and tight the space was. This was after they supposedly had fixed the door, which I'm not sure if they thought we only wanted it like partly closed, like it's just a little breezy in there and we didn't want it all the way closed, but that's not fixed. That's just hanging limply. Then you think it can't possibly get any worse than that. Oh, you betcha, because now both doors are going to be stuck wide open. So you have all the noise of our passenger car, the in between the cars noise, and all the noise of the passenger car in front of you. It was so lovely. This is where I recorded where I asked nicely and they said yes, and then I was not allowed to deboard.
Long refuel break.
Yeah.
So that's when I should walk the dog.
Yeah. You get off of Washington. I believe it's like an hour before you leave.
Okay. and was denied and told that if I allow her to use the restroom on the platform, they would call the police. And you see, now he's arguing with other customers.
My name, otherwise I don't get to retire. I've done that. Okay. If you don't have permission from Antac-Media Relations, I can't do anything. That's been around for 55 years.
Yeah, now they're trying to tell us that we can't do
You have
this.
to do it before you get on the train. Because ain't nobody open on Saturday night. If you're in the game, then you know what I'm talking about.
I am in the game. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, we good. We good. We good.
Yeah, you heard that all.
Once we were on the Empire Builder, we were in our paid accessible seating. See how it's on the lower deck and has lots of space? On this train, the light strips work and so do the doors.
Now, a couple days later, and okay, it's more like a week and a half later.
That was mine.
That's supposed to happen. But the FedEx box has arrived. We're using a skateboard like a dolly, and we're about to play the unboxing game, which will go live stream. How much of it did it break?
Well, my ride down there and back to Minneapolis was absolutely horrible. My time spent in Orlando was wonderful. I'm already so excited for next year's show. We can't wait to see all of you there. Until next year, we'll catch you later.